Hey everyone, Sam here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at a brand new tool called PodGorilla. And if you've been wanting to create a podcast for yourself or even sell podcast services to clients, this is something you'll definitely want to see. So, what is PodGorilla? It's an AI-powered podcast creation platform that lets you turn blogs, articles, scripts, or even YouTube videos into fully produced podcast episodes. And the cool part is, you don't need to record your own voice. PodGorilla can clone a real voice or use premium AI voices that sound incredibly natural and human. Another big advantage is that it can generate entire podcast series, not just one-off episodes, which is great if you want to build long-term authority or deliver packages to clients. And if you're aiming for more visibility, PodGorilla can also convert your audio into video podcast formats, ready for YouTube. In the next part, I'm going to walk you through the complete funnel, so you'll know exactly what's included and what optional upgrades are available. And after that, I'll show you a full demo so you can see the software in action. Alright, let's move over to the funnel breakdown. The front-end offer gives you the core PodGorilla software with commercial rights, letting you create and sell fully produced podcasts without recording or editing. You can create complete podcast shows, generate episodes using AI voices or voice cloning, produce intros and outros, and even convert everything into video podcast formats ready for YouTube. Then we move into OTO 1, which is the unlimited upgrade. This removes all usage limits and unlocks more voices, more templates, priority rendering, faster delivery times, and support for multiple speakers. This one is ideal if you're planning to serve multiple clients or scale your podcast production. OTO 2 is the niche packs, which gives you ready-made podcast frameworks in multiple profitable niches. You get episode scripts, show structures, naming formulas, interview questions, promotional posts, and email templates. This is great if you want to launch fast without writing content from scratch. OTO 3 is the business edition, which gives you the complete client service setup. This includes done-for-you proposals, contracts, pricing calculators, service menus, cold outreach emails, and sales scripts. Basically everything you need to sell podcast services professionally. Now, instead of picking each upgrade individually, there is also a FastPass option, which bundles OTO 1, OTO 2, and OTO 3 together at a reduced rate, so it's the easiest way to unlock all advanced features in one click. And finally, there is a bundle deal, which includes the front end plus all three upgrades together. This is the highest value option if you know you want the full system from the start.
Hey, it's Ajlal, and in this video, I'm going to show you how incredibly easy it is to use PodGorilla and create good podcasts with it. Now, the first step, of course, is to go ahead and add a podcast. So let's go and do that. Now, you can really create a podcast about anything that you'd like. Let's say I want to go with something like agentic AI. Now, this is going to be the name of my podcast. I can, of course, add an intro and outro as well that I can create within PodGorilla and, implement it into my podcast. So this will then introduce and, have an outro on my podcast in every single episode that I create with it. But for now, I'm just going to leave that and move on and select my speakers. Now, by default, we have quite a few speakers in here for you that you can use across different niches. So, they have different kinds of expertise. And on top of that, you can also clone your own voice and add yourself in as a speaker too. Right now, I'm just going to say, go ahead with one of the speakers that we have in here already. And then I can ask AI to write a description about this podcast. So let's say I want this podcast to be about agentic AI and its applications in business, or to be specific, online business. So let's go ahead and send this to AI. It's going to take a few seconds, and then it's going to write me the description for this podcast. And this particular step is kind of important because it helps us, understand what the entire podcast is about. So when we go on to generate episodes for it, it has this particular context. And there we have our, podcast description. So it has the core theme and purpose, the target audience, the episode structure, tone and style, speaker dynamics, common discussion topics, USP, and preferred output for our AI engine. Now, of course, you can go ahead and make any changes that you'd like in here, but I'm just gonna submit this and go in and actually start creating the first episode for it. All right, our podcast is now created. Let's go ahead and create our first episode. I'll just call this, say, in 2025. I'll just give it a catchy name. And then I can invite any guests that I would like into this particular podcast. So these could again be from our list of speakers, or it could be, your own speakers that you can add into PodGorilla as well. So let's just say I'm gonna invite this person as a guest to my podcast, and then I can. There are three main ways that I can use to create podcasts. First of them is that I can enter a custom topic. Then I could also use a video URL from YouTube or Vimeo. And what this does is it basically takes the captions or subtitles of those videos and converts them into a podcast script. And then lastly, I can also submit a page URL for a blog, for example, and convert that into a podcast as well. For now, I'm just gonna stick with a custom topic, and I'm just gonna type in the same topic that that I have in my episode name, and then I can select from our templates on the structure of how I want the podcast to be. Let's say I want it to be educational, and I can also change the tone. I'm just gonna stick with casual for now, and then I can click submit. You can also define the ethnicity of the people that you have on your podcast, and that way it would basically tailor a few words and accents according to that particular ethnicity. All right, now that our episode has been generated, let's go ahead and view it. And you can go ahead and basically take a look at the entire script that has been generated for you. And once you're satisfied with it, you can go ahead and create voices of the entire episode, or you can even individually do that. You can also add in your own lines and all for a particular speaker. So for example, you want to add a text line, you could do that, and then you can assign the speaker of your choice from the speakers that are available in this particular episode. I'm just gonna remove this one for now. And by the way, you can also add advertisements that you can build within PodGorilla into this particular podcast as well. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and generate the audios. So as you can see, it's going to now start generating all the 23 voices for the dialogues that we have here. So let's give it a minute, and I'm going to come back once this is done. All right, it's almost done here. Just one last voice left.
Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Agentic AI. I'm your host, Devlin Ash, and today we're diving into a topic that's literally reshaping the business landscape as we know it. I'm thrilled to have a very special.
So as you can see, our audio is now ready, and I can go ahead and already download the MP3 file. Or, if I want to make any changes, I can still go ahead and do that, add any dialogues that I want or advertisement and all. And then once I'm satisfied with that, I just have to save it. And now I can go ahead and also start publishing this onto any of my podcast shows that I have on tools like Spotify or SoundCloud or anything similar, even Apple iTunes. And to do that, all you have to do is create an RSS feed. So you can basically automatically add every single episode that you have on the feed URL. And you can submit this into Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple iTunes and all. And it's gonna keep on updating every single time you add an episode, and it's gonna automatically publish it to your Spotify account. Then you can also generate a cover image. So I'll just say And you can even upload your own image as well, but I'm just gonna use AI to generate a cover for now. And the cover image is ready, so I can attach it directly to the podcast. And there you have it, right? And then you can also convert this podcast into a video in just a few clicks. So you navigate to the My Video section, and in here you just click on Create New Video. It's going to ask you a few details. So the first thing that you want to do is give your video a name, and then you select the podcast that you have created. It's going to retrieve all the episodes. So you select the one that you want to create the video for, and then it performs checks to ensure it has the audio and the subtitles files. When it does have that, you can go and select your template. So let's say I want to create a horizontal horizontal podcast, and it's gonna retrieve the template and it's gonna use that. So you can click on the next button, and as you can see, it has initiated the progress, and we can navigate back to the video page. And as you can see, it's in process right now. So I'm going to pause this here, and I'm going to come back once this is done. All right, the video is rendered. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Agent.
Now, as you can see here, we have our podcast title, the name of the episode, an animation that shows when the person is speaking. Then we have the image of the speaking person in color, and the person and the guest or the other person that's not currently speaking is grayed out for the sake of better visual effects.
I'm your host.
Looking forward to our conversation about agent.
And now, as you can see, when she starts speaking, her image is colored and the other person's grayed out.
Take AI. It's such a revolutionary time for businesses, isn't it?
Hey everyone.
So yeah, that's how it works.
If you're about to grab PodGorilla, hold on, because the bonus stack you'll get from me takes this way beyond just creating podcasts. You're getting a full client-attracting, content-scaling, authority-building system that helps you grow faster and monetize easier. Bonus 1, the premium agentic AI business automation platform. Use smart AI agents to follow up leads, book calls, and handle support while your podcast builds authority. Your content pulls attention. The agents convert it into clients. You can even sell these AI agents as an additional service. Bonus 2, the AI-driven 3D avatar creation platform. Turn your podcast audio into eye-catching short-form videos using animated avatars. Perfect for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts, and comes with full commercial rights for client work. Bonus 3, the AI-powered faceless YouTube channel creator. Since PodGorilla already makes video podcasts, this lets you expand on YouTube without showing your face. It creates scripts, thumbnails, titles, and full videos automatically. Great for growing your channel or offering DIY channel services. Bonus 4, the AI-powered 8K movie creator. Create cinematic brand story videos and podcast promo trailers without filming anything. Instant authority positioning for you or your clients. Bonus 5, the Advanced AI App Collection, a full suite of AI tools to create videos, voiceovers, avatars, graphics, animations, analytics, and more. Perfect for adding high-value deliverables to your podcast services. Bonus 6, the most in-demand AI creation suite. Generate viral promos, visual content, highlight clips, slides, and branded graphics from every podcast episode, so each episode becomes an entire content campaign. Bonus 7, unlimited AI hosting on NVIDIA GPU servers. Host landing pages, client dashboards, and AI tools with no limits, and resell hosting for recurring income. And on top of all of that, you're also getting my exclusive bonuses, which give you a full suite of additional AI tools designed to elevate everything you create with PodGorilla. You'll be able to handle ebook and podcast creation, content production, video creation, SEO ranking, social media traffic automation, graphic design, funnel and website building, along with ready-to-deploy AI coaches, autoresponders, cloud storage, a QR code generator, and over 20 AI assistants that speed up your writing, marketing, and client delivery workflows. This means you're not just getting a podcast creation tool, you're getting the systems to grow it, promote it, and monetize it at scale. Plus, you'll still receive all vendor bonuses from the PodGorilla team, including trainings, resources, and additional tools to help you get results even faster. This entire bonus package alone is worth far more than PodGorilla itself, but it's yours completely free when you purchase through my link today. Click the link in the description and secure your bonuses now, before they're gone. Now, let's break down everything you're getting. Click the link in the description box for all the bonus details. Here's a preview for you. So to wrap this up, PodGorilla really stands out as a powerful platform for building authority, creating content consistently, and turning that content into real business growth. One feature that really impressed me is the automatic social clip extraction, where the software identifies key moments in your podcast and instantly turns them into short videos for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. This is huge because it allows you to multiply your visibility without spending hours editing. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I share more reviews, tools, and strategies just like this. Also, don't hesitate to drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts about PodGorilla, or if you have questions about using it in your business. I read and reply to every comment. And if you want to get PodGorilla along with all the exclusive bonuses I mentioned in this video, click the link in the description. You'll find everything you need there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, this is the step-by-step guide on how to create the best podcast with PodGorilla. Let's start with step number 1, and that is to create a music that you can use in your intros and outros, right? So let's go ahead in the music library and create a music. Now, I'm thinking I would like to create some sort of a historical podcast that actually talks about history. So I'm just going to call this, And for the music style, I think I'm gonna go with a bit of classical and then maybe inspirational. In terms of beat, let's just stick with slow and peaceful. And then I can of course go ahead and customize all of this. I think maybe I'll add in a flute and maybe 14 seconds would be enough. Let's go ahead and generate it. Now you can of course go ahead and twinkle with all of these settings and get it up to how you'd like it to be, but I think it's fine for now. I'm just gonna add this to my library, and now that we have this, let's go ahead and create an audio segment, and let's add an intro first. I'm just gonna call it history podcast intro. This is basically step number 2, right? So let's ask AI to write us a good intro. And let's send this and see what it comes up with. Welcome to the Echoes of the Past, where we journey through time to uncover the stories and secrets that have shaped our world. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna use that name, in fact, Echoes of the Past. So for the voice, I am gonna select, I think maybe Nova. We'll have these voice previews as well. Right now we don't have that, but And in terms of voice or vibe, I think I am gonna stick with Medieval Night. That's more of a historic effect. I'm gonna add a bit of echo. Now make sure whenever you add a bit of echo, you add a bit of feedback as well. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. And do the same with reverb. If you add reverb, add a bit of dampening as well. And then I'm just gonna select the music, and let's go ahead and generate our intro.
Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where we journey through time to uncover the stories and secrets that have shaped our world.
I do like that. I'm just gonna add this to my library as well. Now I can go ahead and create an outro as well. History podcast outro, and then I'm just gonna ask AI to write me an outro asking people to like, share, and subscribe for a podcast called Echoes of the Past. And I'm just gonna send this to AI. Thanks for tuning in to Echoes of the Past. If you enjoyed our journey through history, please like, share, and subscribe to uncover more stories with us every week. So let's again go with, I have no clue which one I selected. Good thing I can see here. So I'm just gonna go with Nova again. And then again, Medieval Night. I think I'm gonna avoid adding echo and all in this. And I'm just gonna select the same music, and let's generate the intro now.
Thanks for tuning into Echoes of the Past. If you enjoyed our journey through history, please like, share, and subscribe to uncover more stories with us every week.
That's good as well. I'm just gonna add that to the library. Now that's done, let's go ahead and create an advertisement. I'm gonna utilize it. I'm just gonna ask AI to write me an ad that interrupts a history podcast selling a book with 1000 factual AI, not AI, sorry, factual historic. Write me an ad that interrupts a history podcast selling a book with 1000 factual historic. I don't know, artifacts maybe. Yeah, let's just send this and see what it comes up with. Unlock the secrets of the past with a book of 1000 factual historical. I mean, it's not the best. We'll work on improving this for advertisements at least. But let me just Well, let's just update it to this, and maybe now let's go with a bit of, I don't know, alloy. And then I think a calm voice would be nice here. Definitely no music and all, just plain.
Today's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, the History Museum. Unlock the secrets of the past with our book of 1,000 factual historic artifacts, your ultimate companion to deepening your love for history. Go to podgorilla.co and order today.
Yep, that is perfect. So let's just go ahead and add this to the library as well. Alrighty, now that we have our intro, outro, and ads, let's just go ahead and set up a podcast. Add a new podcast. We're gonna give it a name, Echoes of the Past. That's the name. And I'm gonna select my intro, outro, and then I am gonna select a host. I mean, these are not really relevant hosts because these are our um, default speakers, and I don't think the niche is correct. But anyway, I'm just gonna utilize that for now, and I'm gonna ask AI to write a what is your podcast about? Let's see what it gives us. Now this typically takes a bit of a while because it's a very specific prompt that we run it through to make sure that the data that comes back is completely up to the standard that we want it to be. So let's just scroll through this. Captivating podcast dedicated to exploring the rich tapestry of human history. The lens of hosted by each episode delves into fascinating historical events. And this is the entire structure and all of that. So that looks good. I'm just gonna go ahead and submit it. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add an episode. So let's click on the add episode button. We're gonna invite one of these as a guest, maybe a woman, and then I can upload a document, choose a custom topic, add a video URL or a page URL. I'm just gonna run with custom topic. Roman Empire. Let's run with that, and then let's select storytelling, and the tone should be casual, and let's just hit and add a name. So let's click on submit and give it a minute to generate a podcast for us. Alrighty, as you can see, that's done. Let's go ahead and view it. And as you can see, this is right here our entire podcast, right? And of course, I can go in and edit it and even ask AI to add more things, or whatever I'd like to add. I can even add more dialogues, so I can click on the add line button and it's gonna add another line for me to add more dialogues. Once I'm happy and finalized with the podcast script, I can go ahead and click on this button and it's gonna generate all of the voices for me. I'm just gonna pause it here and come back once it's done. Alright, it's about to complete, so I thought I would restart it.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to the very first episode of Echoes of the Past. I'm Fer.
Now, as you can see, the moment it is done, it's gonna start playing, so you can kind of preview it. And let's go ahead and add our advertisement. So you can really add it after any dialogue that you'd like. I'm just gonna randomly add it here, and I am just gonna add this, and I can preview it as well.
Today's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor.
I'm not gonna play the entire thing, but that's pretty much how this works. So I'm just gonna save this now, and as you can see, it's been updated, and now I can go ahead and download the podcast, and it's gonna give me the MP3 file of the entire thing. So I'm gonna show you that once this starts downloading. It takes a few seconds because it's stitching the entire thing up with your intro, outro and all. So give it a bit of a minute. And as you can see, it started downloading. It's done as well. So let me just see this, and let me just quickly try playing it.
Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where we journey through time to uncover the stories and secrets that have shaped our
Hello,
world.
listeners, and welcome to the very first episode of Echoes of the Past. I'm Farron Blake, your guide on this historical journey. Tonight, we're delving...
Right, so the entire thing is done. It will have your advertisement, intro and outro. Now you can go ahead and just utilize the MP3 and upload it on platforms like Spotify. Additionally, what you can also do is you can just come back to your podcast, and in here you will see that there's a RSS feed feature. So you can add your entire podcast in your RSS feed. You can give it your author name and email, and then you can select all the episodes that you want in here, and you can update it, and it's gonna automatically create the RSS feed that you can go and share on platforms like Spotify, right? So you can just copy this URL, and it will basically have all the details. Let me just show you. I don't think it copied, so I'm just gonna paste this in, and as you can see, this since we only have one episode, here's the title of the podcast, the description, and then we have the file URL and all of that stuff. So when you add this into some sort of a platform like iTunes or Spotify, it's going to automatically pick that up. Then additionally, what you can also do is you can convert this audio podcast into a video, which is the last feature that I would like to show you right now. When you head over to my videos, you can create a new video, and in here you can give it a name, click on the next button, and then you're going to select your podcast. It's going to list all of the episodes you have here, so you can select anyone, and it's automatically going to check if you have your subtitles and all of that stuff done already. If it's all done, it's going to show all set. If there are errors, it's going to ask you to fix them first. Then you can click on the next button. Now we will have quite a lot of templates coming up soon. Right now I just have these 3 to show you a preview of, but basically let me just go with the square ratio template, and as you can see, it has already initiated, so I can go to the video page and I can see the progress. Now I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to come back once this is done. Alrighty, so our video has rendered. I think it took like 3 minutes, maybe 5, but no more than that to render this entire thing. And let's go ahead and check it out.
Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where we journey through time to uncover the stories and secrets that have shaped our world.
Who, like the architects of old,
Now, as you can see, the person that's speaking is going to be in color, and the person that's not speaking is going to be grayed out. And then, the audiograms are going to be against them as well. Now, of course, there are quite a lot of improvements that still need to happen in the template itself. So, don't think of it as the final version. We'll have a lot more polished version once we're there.
Has mastered a craft, although hers in
Be here. The Roman Empire is such a colossal part of history, and I'm excited to explore its depths with you.
So, Vesa,
But yeah, now you can download this video and you can publish it on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and pretty much everywhere. And again, we have the option to have vertical, horizontal, as well as square ratio videos, right? And again, we're still working on improving this, so this is going to be a lot more polished in the coming months. But yeah, that's about it for this video. This is an entire walkthrough on how everything works. Hopefully you all like it.
Welcome to Founders in Flow, the podcast where two seasoned entrepreneurs, Neil and Ijlal, dive into real conversations about what it takes to build, grow, and scale an online business. Let's get into the flow.
Hey everyone, welcome to Founders in Flow. I'm your host Neil Napier, and today we're diving into a topic that, let's be honest, is a bit of a head scratcher for many entrepreneurs: sales funnels. With me is the brilliant Ijlal Ahmed, who seems to crack the code every time. How's it going, Ijlal?
Hey Neil, glad to be here. Always excited to nerd out about sales funnels. I mean, it's funny how this thing that's supposed to be so straightforward ends up feeling like advanced calculus, right?
Absolutely. The concept seems simple. Guide a potential customer down a path to a purchase. But somehow, in practice, it's like getting your cat to take a bath. So let's set the stage. In 2025, what do you think is the biggest reason most funnels are failing to convert?
2 words: overload and expectation. You see, everyone's gotten so good at creating these automated wonders that we've saturated the market. Funnels are everywhere. But because of this, potential customers are just tuning out. They expect every ad they'll see is another ploy. It's no longer about being unique, it's about providing genuine value right from the first impression.
That's a great point. It's almost like we're trying to outshout each other in a room full of megaphones. There's so much noise, but I guess the real question is, how do you break through that noise? Do you think personalization plays a big role here?
Huge role. Personalized experiences are literally the key to modern day marketing success. Look, when I am building out a funnel, I focus on tailoring the message to fit not just a broad audience type, but specific personas within that audience. It's not enough to say you're targeting small business owners. You have to think about their specific pain points, their daily challenges, and their aspirations. Data-driven personalization can drastically improve engagement and conversion. It's like speaking directly to someone rather than just speaking at them.
Right, and since we're talking personalization, I'm reminded of this story from a few years back. Maybe you've heard about that one company that sent hyper-personalized emails, each one opening with how the recipient's favorite sports team did that week. It was simple but brilliantly effective. It's like they tapped into this shared social piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, I remember. It's fascinating how simple human touches like that elevate the entire experience. Another layer is getting the timing right. You can have a brilliant email that'll catch someone's attention, but if it arrives when they're overwhelmed with work or heading out the door, it just doesn't land. You really want to get a feel for when and how often people like to engage with your content.
Exactly. It's a bit like making sure your elevator pitch doesn't happen just when someone is rushing to another meeting. So on a practical front, what can entrepreneurs do to ensure their funnel timing is optimal? Any hacks or strategies you swear by?
Definitely, Neil. It really boils down to understanding your customer journey. There's no one size fits all, but starting with your analytics and data is key. Find the peak times your audience is most active or responsive. Another tactic is A/B testing different timings and content releases to see what works best. And never underestimate the power of retargeting. Those subtle reminders that you exist can make all the difference, especially if they're thoughtfully timed based on past engagement.
Love those insights, Ijlal. You know, I think there's also an emotional aspect to this. People often neglect the storytelling element in funnels. If we think back to classic storytelling in cinema, the best narratives take their audience on an emotional roller coaster. Can sales funnels do something like that?
They absolutely can and should. Every customer journey has moments of doubt, excitement, and anticipation. Think of your funnel like a mini-series you're directing for them. There's a natural flow of curiosity that builds to satisfaction. Maybe you hook them with a captivating opener, like an unexpected statistic or a compelling question, then guide them through emotional highs or real-world pain points, culminating in the resolution, your solution. Creating that journey is an art as much as it is a science.
Couldn't have said it better. It's funny, but in a way, our role as marketers isn't all that different from film directors, right? We need to keep the engagement curve up. And it's amazing how many tactics from the film industry we can adapt to our world. Speaking of tactics, what's one unconventional tip you've used recently that's kind of outside the norm, but struck gold? Quick break from today's episode, but this is really exciting. If you've been enjoying this podcast so far, here's a little secret. We didn't write a single word of it ourselves. Every episode of Founders in Flow is created using a tool we're building called PodGorilla. And it's about to change the way podcasts are made. PodGorilla lets you generate an entire podcast episode, from the topic to the script to the voiceover, using nothing but AI. You can pull inspiration from YouTube videos, PDFs, or even just drop in your own ideas. Then it gives you a complete ready-to-publish audio episode. All you need to do is hit generate and let the tool do the work. And right now we're opening up early access. If you want to be one of the first people to try PodGorilla before anyone else and see how we're using it behind the scenes, just head over to podgorilla.co and join the waitlist. That's podgorilla.co. The future of podcasting is just one click away. Now back to the episode.
You know, I've been experimenting with gamification, even in subtle forms. A funnel doesn't just have to be all pop-ups and email sequences. I recently ran a campaign where email recipients had to follow a series of clues that unlocked more content or deals the further they engaged. It plays on curiosity and a bit of human psychology. Everyone loves a good mystery, and it induces that dopamine hit when the next level opens up.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love the concept of turning a funnel into an interactive experience. Really underscores the idea there's no limit to how creative we can get in engaging with our audience. It's clear this isn't just about numbers, it's about experiences. Have you noticed any major shifts in consumer behavior that entrepreneurs should be aware of when designing these kinds of interactive funnels?
Yeah, Neil. The biggest shift is definitely the consumer's expectation for authenticity. People crave realness now more than ever, and they can sniff out inauthentic content from a mile away. Thanks to social media, they're used to personal connections. Even with brands, this is a shift from viewing businesses merely as sellers to treating them as part of their community. We talk about this personal branding phenomenon a bit in terms of them knowing who's behind the brand. Personal stories, a peek into the company's daily life, or behind the scenes content, it all feeds into this trust model consumers are building.
Such vital points. Trust really does cut through all that noise. Bringing an element of personal branding into the funnel seems to be another way to transmute those barriers into bridges. Switching gears a bit, what challenges have you faced in implementing some of these strategies?
For sure, challenges are inevitable. One of the biggest, honestly, is balancing automation with authentic personalization. It sounds like an oxymoron. You want your processes automated yet personalized to an individual. Often it's ensuring that automation doesn't drain the human touch. Another challenge is staying ahead of the tech curve. There are so many tools, each claiming to be the next big thing. Sorting through them to find what actually adds value can be time-consuming.
You're speaking my mind. The paradox of personal automation is real. And with technology, it sometimes feels like we're competing in an arms race. That's the double-edged sword of being in a tech-driven industry. Constant evolution keeps things fresh, but also demands us to keep learning continuously. What's on your learning agenda these days when it comes to innovation?
Recently, I've been diving deep into AI and machine learning, not just in the sense of chatbots and simple automation, but how they can predict customer behavior patterns to optimize funnels. AI can take what I call data breadcrumbs left by users at different interaction points, then guide decision making about what content serves them best at each stage. Plus, I think there's immense potential in using AI to personalize marketing messages on an even deeper level than it does now.
Fascinating stuff. AI is transforming the landscape rapidly, and with advancements like predictive analytics, we're effectively reading our customers' minds, figuratively speaking, of course. Wrapping up, if you could share one piece of advice with our listeners navigating the funnel struggles, what would it be?
Keep testing and iterating. If you remember nothing else, remember that your first version of a funnel isn't the final version. Keep learning from the feedback, both data-driven and descriptive comments from users. Marketing success isn't a sprint, it's an ongoing marathon where adaptability is key. And most importantly, don't hesitate to infuse authenticity in your messages. People can tell when you're genuine, and it goes a long way.
Thank you so much, Ejlal. It's always a pleasure to have someone with real-world experience cutting through the fluff. For our listeners out there, remember, your funnel isn't just about numbers, it's about relationships and building communities. And if you need to, get out pen and paper and write down what your customer journey actually looks like today. Until next time, stay in flow. Talk to you soon.
Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where we journey through time to uncover the stories and secrets that have shaped our world.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to the very first episode of Echoes of the Past. I'm Farron Blake, your guide on this historical journey. Tonight, we're delving into the grandeur and legacy of one of history's most fascinating civilizations, the Roman Empire. Joining me is someone who, like the architects of old, has mastered a craft, although hers involves words and careers. Welcome, Vesa Thorn.
Thank you, Farron. I'm thrilled to be here. The Roman Empire is such a colossal part of history, and I'm excited to explore its depths with you.
So, Vesa, when you think of the Roman Empire, what initially comes to mind? Is it vast armies, epic battles, or maybe the politics?
Honestly, it's a bit of everything. The sheer scale of its influence, from architectural marvels to the way it shaped the law, but also the everyday lives of its people. It's fascinating to consider how their societal norms still echo in our present day.
Absolutely. The Colosseum, for example, isn't just a massive structure, but a symbol of Roman engineering prowess. Yet, it's also a testament to their society's taste for spectacle and control. Imagine sitting there as a spectator.
It must have been an overwhelming experience. I've read accounts describing how the crowds would roar, not just for the gladiators, but during events that included mock naval battles when they flooded the arena. It's like their version of a grand day out.
And that leads into how the Romans effectively managed to keep the public engaged. Bread and circuses, to use their phrase, a brilliant, but quite calculated way to pacify and control the masses.
Today's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, the History Museum. Unlock the secrets of the past with our book of 1,000 factual historic artifacts, your ultimate companion to deepening your love for history. Go to PodGorilla.co and order today. Today's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, the History Museum. Unlock the secrets of the past with our book of 1,000 factual historic artifacts, your ultimate companion to deepening your love for history. Go to PodGorilla.co and order today.
So true. It's still relevant today, don't you think? We see reflections of those strategies in modern entertainment and politics. It makes you realize that the core of human society hasn't dramatically changed.
Indeed. And speaking of core elements, the Roman Empire's legal and political systems laid the foundations for modern governance. Their institutions like the Senate, their concept of republicanism, and even the idea of citizenship play crucial roles in current political frameworks.
Exactly. It's incredible to consider how they defined citizenship, with rights and duties, and how this has influenced ideas of identity, governance, and even current debates on nationality and civic duty.
Yes, and their roads. Let's not forget the Roman roads, literally laying down pathways that connected their empire, facilitating trade, communication, and military movement. In a way, they were the original architects of globalization.
The Appian Way, for instance, wasn't just a route but a strategic tool that enhanced Rome's reach and control over its vast dominions. It's a testament to their vision and enduring legacy. Even centuries later, we're inspired by their logistical achievements.
Exactly. I've always thought about what it would be like to journey on those roads. They represent this blend of pragmatism and ambition, much like modern infrastructures. Vesa, have you ever thought about the parallels between Roman ambitions and modern career paths?
All the time. The Romans had a clear understanding of leveraging one's strengths and opportunities. They were strategic in their expansions and innovations, much like how we should approach our careers today. It's about playing the long game, building something that lasts and adapts.
That's a fantastic comparison. And speaking of adaptability, how about the people who lived these Roman experiences? The soldiers, the merchants, the slaves, all living such intricate, layered lives within this grand narrative?
Their everyday lives were just as fascinating as their monumental achievements. From communal baths to forums, it's like walking through their days, understanding how they unwound, socialized, and debated just like we do now, albeit in slightly different settings.
Yes. Imagining a typical day in Rome, starting with a bustling market full of different languages and cultures merging, to a relaxing evening in the baths or engaging in lively political discussions, it's a vivid tapestry of human experience.
Absolutely. And their influence on art, language, and architecture? It's truly impressive. Latin, as we know, wasn't just a language, but a unifying force used in religion, law, and more, persisting even after the empire's fall.
The reach was monumental, affecting us linguistically and culturally. Take legal terminology today still deeply rooted in Latin. And of course, their art filled with beauty, yet deep with cultural narratives about power, conquest, and daily life.
And that legacy persists. So, Farron, despite the awe-inspiring aspects, Rome wasn't without its issues. A reminder that with great power comes great complexity, from internal strife to the moral dilemmas posed by their expansionistic drive.
Yes, their fall is just as instructive as their rise. It serves as a cautionary tale for any large entity government, or otherwise, about the limits of unchecked expansion and neglect of structural stability. A reminder that empires, like careers, require balance and introspection.
What a perfect metaphor, Farron. So many lessons to extract from Rome's ambitious trajectory. It's a story engraved in our present-day methodologies and ideologies, asking us to reflect deeply on our paths.
Absolutely, Vesa. As we wrap up today's deep dive into the Roman Empire, I hope our listeners gain some insight and inspiration from its echoes in our current world. It's a tapestry of lessons that speaks to us across the ages.
Thank you for inviting me on this journey, Farron. I've thoroughly enjoyed exploring these remarkable stories and their many lessons. Until next time.
Thank you, Vesa. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us. We hope you found tonight's historical exploration both intriguing and thought-provoking. We look forward to uncovering more echoes of our past in the episodes to come. Sleep well and keep dreaming of history. Good night.
Thanks for tuning into Echoes of the Past. If you enjoyed our journey through history, please like, share, and subscribe to uncover more stories with us every week.
Hello and welcome to Vidma. I'm Anamul. Today, we dive into AI podcasting. Is transforming content creation.
Is complex recording a thing of the past? In 2025, AI makes podcasting easier, faster, and truly extraordinary.
Cover what AI podcasting is, its importance for creators, and how PodGorilla is a game changer. Let's explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to Vidma. I'm Thompson. We've journeyed through creating podcasts effortlessly with AI voices, even transforming them into engaging videocasts. Now, let's talk about a topic that's on every creator's mind: monetization. You're investing your creativity and time into building a fantastic podcast. So, how do you ensure that effort translates into sustainable growth and even income? Today, we're diving deep into monetizing your message by exploring PodGorilla's powerful ad integration and the critical role of RSS feed power in expanding your reach and revenue. Get ready to turn your passion into profit.
Hey Thompson, it's always exciting to touch on these key aspects of podcast growth. We've witnessed so many creators who just needed that little nudge to start thinking about monetizing their content. PodGorilla's tools are certainly helping break down those barriers.
Absolutely, Bran. Advertisements are a primary way podcasters generate income. Traditionally, this involved complex negotiations and manual ad placement. PodGorilla simplifies this process dramatically. With easy ad creation, you can craft dedicated ad segments like intros and outros. Choose your ad copy, select an AI voice, or even clone your own, and integrate it seamlessly into your podcast.
And let's not forget the flexibility in ad placement. Whether it's pre-roll, mid-roll, or post-roll, PodGorilla enables you to strategically place ads at the best possible moments within your episodes, enhancing both listener engagement and ad effectiveness.
Yes, this flexibility is crucial. It's not just about sticking an ad anywhere. It's about making sure it fits naturally within the flow of your show. The potential for revenue through sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or direct promotion of your own products and services cannot be overstated. The ad integration within PodGorilla means everything is managed seamlessly in one place, without ever needing to resort to external editing software.
That's a game changer for content creators who might not have an extensive tech or editing background. It really levels the playing field. Imagine you're a small business owner running a podcast to boost your brand visibility. With PodGorilla, you're not only delivering value through your content, but you're opening direct channels of revenue, potentially covering production costs or even making a profit.
Precisely. And let's shift gears to the next topic: reaching that wider audience through RSS feed power. Beyond direct monetization, expanding one's listener base is essential for sustainable growth. That's where a robust RSS feed comes into play.
Ready to create stunning podcasts effortlessly? Introducing PodGorilla, the revolutionary AI-powered platform. Generate professional podcasts without writing or recording a word. Maximize reach with automated content. Seamless publishing to Spotify and YouTube. Plus video conversion for social media. Stop struggling, start creating. Visit vidma.com PodGorilla today and revolutionize your audio and video content creation.
For sure. An RSS feed, essentially a standardized web feed, allows various platforms to automatically pull your podcast episodes. PodGorilla generates this for you automatically. With it, submitting your podcast to major directories like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and others becomes a breeze.
And what's really fascinating is the effortless updates. Once your RSS feed is submitted, every new episode you publish through PodGorilla is automatically propagated to all these platforms. That efficiency saves you time and maintains consistent outreach without the grunt work of manually uploading to each channel separately.
Not only is it efficient, but it's pivotal for audience growth. You want your podcast on as many platforms as possible to maximize discoverability. The broader your reach, the higher your chances of attracting new listeners, which directly ties into enhancing your monetization potential. More ears listening mean more opportunities for ad revenue.
And with analytics provided by these platforms, podcasters gain invaluable insights into listener behaviors, who is tuning in, from where, and for how long. This data is not only helpful for refining your content, but is attractive to potential advertisers interested in targeting specific demographics or listener groups.
It truly is a holistic powerhouse. We've seen creators revolutionize their content strategies by leveraging this comprehensive feedback loop. And when you know your audience, the content you produce can be more targeted, enriching the experience and boosting engagement. It's an all-around win.
Well put, Bran. It's about building that global footprint for your podcast effortlessly, while focusing on the content and quality of the message you deliver. That wraps up our discussion for today on monetizing your message through PodGorilla's ad integration and RSS feed power.
It's been a detailed exploration, Thompson. These tools are empowering creators to realize potential revenue streams that might have seemed out of reach just a short while ago.
In our next episode, we'll address the practical side for beta testers, covering common challenges with PodGorilla and quick fixes. Plus, we'll share insights from the PodGorilla team to ensure a smooth user experience. Don't miss that.
Sounds like a vital one. Until then, keep experimenting and discovering the potential of your podcast with PodGorilla. It's all about harnessing these innovative tools to their full capability.
Make sure to subscribe to the Vidma channel to catch all our episodes. And remember, your feedback is essential, so like, share, and comment on our videos to help us grow and serve you better.
Wraps up our today's insightful episode. I hope you now understand AI podcasting's potential and PodGorilla's power. We've just begun exploring its future. Follow our 10-episode series, subscribe to Vidma, like, share, and comment to stay with us. All links in the description. Click or visit to learn more. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to Truths of Life, a sanctuary for the soul where ancient wisdom meets the modern mind. Here, we sit at the edge of the seen and unseen, listening not for answers, but for deeper questions. At the heart of this journey is Elios, a mysterious sage who seems older than time itself. With a voice like wind through ancient trees and eyes that remember the birth of stars, Elios speaks not to impress, but to awaken. In each episode, he gently guides us beyond illusion, beyond thought, into the stillness where truth resides. Through stories, reflections, and quiet moments of revelation, Elios shares the timeless truths of the universe, about consciousness, the soul, and the invisible threads that bind us all. So whether you're lost, curious, or just beginning to awaken, take a breath, slow down. You're exactly where you need to be. This is Truths of Life.
Welcome, dear listeners, to the very first episode of Truths of Life. I'm Elios, your guide through the mystic tapestries of existence. And today we have a special guest, Luma Bright, a remarkably inquisitive soul with eyes full of wonder. How are you feeling today, Luma?
Hi, Elios. I'm super excited to be here. This place feels like a cozy little corner where anything is possible, you know?
Exactly, Luma. It's a space where we can explore the wonders of life together. Today, we're diving into something quite puzzling, yet fascinating, the illusion of reality. What do you think about when you hear illusion of reality?
It makes me think of magic and dreams. Like when you close your eyes and see things that aren't really there, or when the magician pulls a rabbit out of a hat.
A delightful perspective, Luma. Illusions do remind us of magic, don't they? In the same way, our reality can often be deceiving. Sometimes what we perceive isn't exactly what is.
That's kind of confusing, though. How can something feel real but not be real at the same time?
It's a bit like when you dip a stick in water and it seems bent, though it isn't. Our perceptions are subject to interpretation by our senses. Sometimes these interpretations can be influenced by our beliefs, experiences, and emotions.
So, our reality is like a painting, and we each have our own brush to paint it with?
Precisely. Our thoughts, experiences, and cultural influences become the colors and strokes of our personal canvases. Every person's reality could look entirely unique.
Wow, that explains why sometimes my friends see things so differently than I do. It's like looking at clouds and one person sees a dragon while another sees a castle.
Exactly, Luma. These perceptions are shaped by the lens of our unique personal experiences. It's quite fascinating, isn't it?
It is. But then, does it mean reality isn't Real?
That's the beautiful mystery. Reality is real in the sense that it exists and we interact with it. However, our understanding of it may always remain an interpretation, a personal narrative.
Like stories. We read them and imagine the characters in our heads, but someone else might picture them differently.
Yes, our mind's eye shapes a vivid and unique experience. And this is where the concept of cultural influences comes into play. Our society and upbringing also contribute to this subjective reality.
Like how some people believe in fairies because they grew up with stories about them?
Precisely. The collective beliefs of a community can significantly shape how individuals perceive reality. These stories and beliefs are passed down through generations, affecting how people see the world.
So, we're all like painters learning techniques from different teachers, and those techniques color our world?
A beautifully apt analogy, Luma. And within this framework of cultural teaching and personal experience, we start to question deeper truths. What is real? Where does individual perception end and objective reality begin?
I guess it must be hard knowing what's real if everyone sees something different, right?
Indeed, it is challenging. However, it also offers a vast spectrum of diversity, showing us how differently life can be painted by all these perspectives. It's both humbling and enlightening.
It's like having a big box of crayons rather than just sticking to one color. That sounds amazing.
Absolutely. And by embracing other people's colors, we add richness to our own lives. Every interaction or shared belief brings a new shade to our personal reality.
So, this illusion of reality helps us learn and grow?
Precisely. It allows us to question, to explore the spaces between perception and reality, and in doing so, we grow in empathy and understanding. We make room for openness and creativity.
This is all making my brain dance around. It's like discovering a whole new world I didn't know was there.
I am glad this exploration is stirring that wonder within you, Luma. Sometimes we forget to marvel at the unknown, the questions and mysteries that lie beneath what we see every day.
Always look beneath, right? Sometimes I do that in a puzzle. I flip the pieces over to see if I can see something different.
Precisely, Luma. Each piece, when turned, offers a new viewpoint, a new understanding. Life, in many ways, is like that puzzle, waiting to be explored beyond what is apparent.
And once you've seen something from a different angle, you can never unsee it, right?
Indeed, Luma. Enlightenment or understanding can often feel like a revelation that broadens our awareness. It's why embracing different perspectives is so valuable. They open our minds and allow empathy to flourish.
I'm excited to learn more, and maybe try flipping my world over a bit to see what else I can find.
As am I, dear Luma. And with every discovery, every new question you ask, you shall find insights that have always been waiting for you to notice. Thank you, Luma, for joining this journey today and reminding us of the power of curiosity and wonder.
Thank you, Elios, for a wonderful conversation. It's like we've been painting on this big magical canvas together. I'm looking forward to more adventures.
And more adventures we shall have. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey into the illusion of reality. Until next time, may you continue to explore the depths and mysteries of life with an open heart and mind.
Thank you for walking this path with us today. May the words of Elios linger in your heart like echoes in a quiet forest, reminding you that the truth was never far, only waiting to be remembered. If this episode stirred something within you, share it with someone who's searching too. And if you feel called, return to this space whenever the world feels too loud and your soul needs stillness. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and stay awake. This has been Truths of Life. We'll meet again in the silence between the stars.